Cantate is singing Good Friday. It's a setting of a poem by Christina Rossetti. It's a text I've loved for a while. I had to memorize it in high school. Good Friday is talking about Jesus' crucifixion and the people standing by shedding tears. Peter weeping because he had denied Christ, the women who loved Christ weeping, and the poet is saying, how can I stand here unmoved? And it makes some references to Christ as a good shepherd, and it makes reference to greater than Moses, turn and look once more and smite a rock. That's kind of the end, the climax, if you will, of the song, that Christ would smite the poet's heart. One thing that's happening, there's a couple of places where there's some text painting. So, Peter weeping bitterly, there's some discordance there. What happens in the middle of the first and third verse, I think, is, well, the first verse, there are drops of blood being shed. And so the bass have kind of a drops of blood, while the alto and soprano are kind of doing a duet above that. That also happens again in the third verse. So there's some text painting going on there that I think is cool. So there's some variance between the verses, but once I had the basic material of the verse, kind of the flow of the melody, it was pretty easy to bring it all together. And so, for example, the first verse is just a verse. In the second verse, it's talking about women, so it'd be natural to have divisi in the soprano and alto, talking about that, talking about Peter, switches to the men singing. It's just the text, I think, itself is really powerful, and I hope the music does justice to that. Again, like I said, there's some text painting that I hope brings that out. I don't know how much I've grown in technical aspects. I would describe myself as growing more experientially than actually with theory. I haven't had the opportunity to take much extra theory in the intervening 4 years or whatever. In the meantime, I've written a lot of music, or at least a lot of ideas down. Not all has come to completion. So I think that's probably where my journey has taken me, just trying different things. So that would be the way I see that I've grown, just in trying different stuff and seeing what works, what doesn't, what fits me, what I can write, or what just gets stuck halfway through a piece. I owe a lot of things to Cantate. My heart is warmed by the opportunity I first got. I didn't feel very much like a composer. And I think the journey that I've been on since then has been good to have the opportunity that Cantate provides.